Who is the Rebbe to you?
The Rebbe, number one, is a tzaddik. And the Rebbe cared and loved every person. And that's what I try to do.
When was the first time you met the Rebbe?
I think it was Yud Beis Tammuz for bringing, maybe 1967. I remember my mother bringing me to the entrance of 770, and my father was sitting at the Farbrengen, and I was passed, all the people were squeezed into the benches, and I was passed over hand by hand to where my father was sitting. A few years later, I remember sitting at the Farbrengen, and they were singing. It was very lively. It was most likely Shavuos, and that was the first year that they made a song, a nigun for the Rebbe's kapitel.
How do you connect to the Rebbe?
The Rebbe didn't want to create followers, but the Rebbe wanted to create leaders, right? So that's what the Rebbe wants us to do, right? Learn with somebody, and learn with somebody that they should learn the Aleph Beis, for example, and that they should teach the Aleph Beis.
What advice do you have to students who want to connect to the Rebbe?
I would say by watching videos, by hearing from rabbis that were there. They could probably describe better what it was like. Personally, I enjoy listening to different podcasts that I'm hearing from different Chassidim that talk about their experiences that they had.
What teaching of the Rebbe most inspires you?
That the Rebbe writes in Hayom Yom is that a person, we can be in this world for 70 or 80 years just to do a favor for a fellow Jew. And therefore, when an opportunity comes our way, take that opportunity and do it.
To understand that the Rebbe, that each person was important to the Rebbe. I mean, obviously, it's to study the Rebbe's teachings and to follow the lessons. You don't have to even study teachings. You read stories of the Rebbe, and you find over and over that the Rebbe answered people, reminded them to do chitas. He said, "Are you still doing chitas?" And so we know that that's important. Just from that, we know that that's important. So to be able to learn chitas, for example. In the very first Maimer, Basil Gani, when the Rebbe, the very first Farbrengen and the Maimer, the Rebbe accepted to be the Rebbe, then he said that things are going to be different now. He said, I'm not going to be the Rebbe and everyone's going to rely on me to do all the work. He said, I'll be the Rebbe, but from now on, everyone has to get involved too. And that was a new idea. And that's when he started to demand that the people learn Torah and go into shlichus. So it was a new concept at the time, and the Rebbe demanded that each of us get involved in hafatza. That means to not only to learn Chassidus, but to teach Chassidus, and to educate people, and to work with people, to visit people, whatever it takes to bring people closer to Yiddishkeit.
What teaching of the Rebbe inspires you most?
With the way the Rebbe spoke about a Jew and the neshama of a Yid, how a Yid is connected to Hashem no matter what, and the way you look at a Jew, and Hashem looks at a Jew like his only child, and to look at the neshama, the soul of a Jew, regardless of all the externals.
The student has never met the Rebbe. How would you describe the Rebbe to him?
The Rebbe cared personally about each person.
If the student has never met the Rebbe, how would you describe the Rebbe to them?
Everything that you could imagine, a tzaddik, a scholar, a leader, right? The greatest type of leader. But again, like I said before, the Rebbe was in a way different than other leaders. The Rebbe didn't want to just create followers, right? The Rebbe wanted to create leaders. That's why, right? we're commemorating the 32nd yard site of the Rebbe Gimmel Tammuz, and Chabad is stronger. Every year it gets stronger. There's more shluchim going out, right? Because that's what the Rebbe wanted. The Rebbe wanted to touch every single Jew, connect with every single Jew, and that's what we can all learn from.
Thank you.
Everything.